This video is a demonstration of how to use SonNet. It takes you through the necessary stages to show how to install CMS software, considerations when planning a network, performing a SonNet site survey, installation of a final SonNet system. We also strongly recommend that you read the user guides before using SonNet. First things first, check the kit. Before you set out on your site survey, check that you have all of the parts with your Quick Start guide, and don't forget to charge your kit before you leave. In your site survey kit, you will find a USB stick with the CMS software. We recommend that you install this now, so it is ready when you need it. When planning your system, consideration should be given to how the network will be formed, remembering that a receiver can have a maximum of 16 children, which can be split into 12 end sensing devices and 4 routers. Alternatively, the receiver can have 8 layers of routers with a total of 50 devices communicating on that one network. It is also important to note that one router can have a maximum of 16 children. When planning where you're going to use the routers, allow for redundancy. If there is only one router used at full capacity, then there is no allowance if that router then fails. So using an additional router can ensure that your system is robust. Remember to take into consideration the final use of the building when carrying out a site survey. Allow for any obstructions that may be in the final layout and work on the worst case scenario, not forgetting that 2.4 GHz wireless signals will be affected by metal, so try to avoid any metal obstructions where possible. And if you are placing your receiver in a metal cabinet, be sure to get hold of one of our antenna extensions. Now your site survey can begin. To get started, take out the SSK receiver. Attach the antenna and switch it on. Then place it where it will need to go within the system. If you would like to check parameters on the CMS software, attach the site survey receiver to your PC using the USB cable provided. It is not necessary to do this as you will be checking signal strengths as you go with the handheld monitor. Next, take the handheld monitor, attach the antenna and switch it on by pressing the orange button in the center. The SSK receiver should be showing as a device. Next, turn on the battery-powered sensors and place them where they're required on the site. You can monitor the link connections on the handheld monitor, and if any of the connections show as marginal, then a router is needed. Position the router between the sensor and the receiver in a convenient location, remembering that the router will require 24 volts of power in the final installation. You will need to use verification mode on the handheld monitor to check that the sensor and router have a good signal. Repeat the process by checking connections on the handheld monitor until all required sensor locations have been checked. Finally, plot the final positions of the nodes and routers on a floor plan, which you can then use when you come to the final installation. Now you've completed your site survey, it's time to order your parts for the final system installation, which will be covered in the next section.